rate of duty under schedule 1. Rate of duty under schedule 1. This is divided in two parts. This is column number 4. This is column number 5. Column number 4 is standard rate, and column number 5 preferential area rate. Two types of rates are there: standard rates and preferential rates. Standard rate, this is always applicable except where preferential rates are given. And claimed by importer. Standard rate means the rate of duty given under column number 4 is always applicable except where two conditions are satisfied. Condition number 1, preferential rates are given. Condition number 2, it is claimed by the importer. If preferential rate is given, it is not applied automatically. It has to be claimed by the importer. How and when he can claim, that will come here. Under any bilateral agreement, bilateral mutual agreement, any bilateral agreement, the central government may declare any country as most favored nation. Government may declare any country as a most favored nation, or you can say it as a preferred country. Right. This is first. If the goods are imported from this country, then only preferential rates are applicable, provided those are claimed by the importer. That is not automatic again. Even if goods are being imported from this, but not claimed by the importer, duty will be at the standard rates. That's why I told you these are two conditions. First of all, there are preferential rates. Number 2, those are claimed by the importer. Right. So, which is the preferred area, or which is the preferred nation, which is the most favored nation? So that is usually referred as MFN. Under the bilateral agreement, the central government may declare some country as a most favored nation or a preferred nation. Same status India is going to enjoy in that country. So when goods are imported from that country, then preferential rates will be applied, provided it is claimed by the importer. Otherwise, duty will be paid on a standard rate. And once the duty is paid, no refund. No refund, because you cannot say that I have done the wrong assessment, because assessment is done by you only. You means as a CHA, as an importer, you're going to do assessment yourself. There are only exceptional situations when the assessment is done by the officer. Otherwise, it is always the self-assessment. Okay. So first thing is, under any bilateral agreement, the central government will declare any country as the most favored nation. Below that only you have to write. The importer can claim preferential rates if goods are imported from most favored nation. Preferential rates has to be claimed. It is not automatic. And for claiming the preferential rates, which is the main document?
Certificate of origin.
Correct. Certificate of origin is required. Right? You can take a note. So those who are not aware of about the topic, you can take a note. The importer will have to produce the certificate of origin. The importer will have to produce a certificate of origin. Right? Now, same thing applies in case of export. As a CHA, you have to work for import and export both. Right? And the countries where India is having the MFN status, they always require certificate of origin along with the other documents. Now, as a CHA, how you can obtain certificate of origin, or how you can, what advice you will give to your client, where from he can obtain certificate of origin? Anyone who is having the idea?
Yeah, what you are asking exactly?
Where from certificate of origin can be obtained? If you are the exporter.
Yeah, certificate of origin can be obtained from chambers of commerce. In case of where the GSP, there are two types of certificate of origin. Where the generalized system of preferences are there and the normal certificate of origin is there.
Right.
Where so these are the GSP is the generalized system of preferences. Where it facilitates. The certain countries are listed on the backside of the GSP. Where it facilitate. Indian exporters get a discount. Importer, whatever is being exported from India and to that country, there the importer get the benefit on producing the GSP.
Correct. Right. So in nutshell, you can say that certificate of origin in relation to export can be obtained either from Chamber of Commerce or maybe export promotion councils. Okay. So these are
certificate of certificate of origin in case of export, right?
But if you are importing, then you will get it from your supplier. If you are exporting, then you have to provide the certificate of origin to your customer outside India, so that he can claim that preferential rate in that country. So certificate of origin is an important document for import as well as for export. So the goods are being exported to a country, and if that India enjoys the status of most favored nation in that country, then the importer in that country will always require you to provide a certificate of origin. And actually, the rate of duty applicable in different countries itself is a big criteria for determining what to import, where from to import, or what to export, where to export. So that is also something very, very important when you really go into the deep of the subject import-export. Really go into the practice, then this will be helpful to you to identify the product which enjoy preferential rate and which country. So you can pitch for the sales therein, or you can procure the goods from their country where from India is giving the most favored nation. So for promoting the business of import-export, you will play a very important role. You will advise the number of people that this is the article to be imported, this is the article to be exported, which is a beneficial, etc. Not many issues are there. Anyway, so this amount, preferential rate of duty has to be.
So suppose I am the importer, then from exporter I need to collect the certificate of origin.
Correct. You'll have to tell him in the beginning itself that you will require a certificate of origin.
And let's suppose exporter will deny, we will not produce, or I am not able to produce the certificate of origin.
And it is a matter of your choice whether you would like to import that article from that person or not.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
And in fact, I tell you that so many times even specific duties are there, anti-dumping duties are there for articles originating from a specific country. Just to give you an idea, that there are some anti-dumping duties are there on certain articles if those are originating from China.
Yeah.
Specific article, anti-dumping duty, and origin is from
China.
Right. So there the certificate of origin plays an opposite role.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, so coming back to this, so preferential rates are also there, but preferential rates are required to be claimed, and for claiming the preferential rate, which is the main document?
Certificate
of origin. Additional information, whatever I've given, that is only for the knowledge, and that may help you somewhere. that certificate of origin where from it can be obtained, and at the time of export also you have to provide that certificate of origin to your customer overseas. At the time of import you must obtain the certificate of origin from your supplier,
Exporter.
right, or supplier overseas. Got this clear?
Yes, sir.
So getting back to this,